Alright, Coach Carl, this is for you. For always like keeping it real with me and always keeping it out here with me. And you told me sophomore year.
Something jumps out of this box.
You told me your size, but you don't even remember.
Shut up. You didn't. Oh, man! What? And they are my size.
Dang.
Oh, man.
Cause wasn't gonna be Jade up.
I wanted these since I was in 6th grade, and I never got them.
How many years ago?
You're the man.
82.
Man, I ain't never got that's dude. I can't believe this.
Those are the moments of educators, right? Like if we could capture that feeling and put it in a bottle and open it up on some of our worst days, right? It would just allow us to get through that, all right? But here's what I love about this video. When I think about this quote, James Comer's quote, no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. I love using this video in my trainings because when the student comes back to it, and if you didn't quite catch it, understand he was a sophomore when he had this coach and he's now a senior, and he comes back and he says, hey coach, you don't even remember at one time sophomore year, you mentioned your favorite pair of shoes you never got growing up. And what I love about this, he didn't say, coach, you talked about those shoes every dang day. No, he said one time you don't even remember it. So that means no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. And here's what's happening. This kid is listening to this information that coach was pouring out. And the fact that I've always preached about when do you be ordinary and not extraordinary, right? Like so sometimes as teachers, we're always pushed to be extraordinary. What about just being ordinary, Coach Wassler? And the fact that he threw out pieces of information about the shoes one time his sophomore year, and this is his senior year. So at least a year and a half later, that kid grabbed onto that information, moved it from his head to his heart and down to his pocketbook 2.5 years later. And here we are. Now he's a senior and he's bringing back these shoes. And I love the fact that he brought back these shoes and said, Coach Wassler, I'm bringing you these shoes because you taught me more content or curriculum than anyone else. No, that's not what he said. In the video, he said, Coach, for keeping it real. So what does that mean for us? Like, whether it's slang or not, the idea is he was a real teacher. That means real teachers are really prepared to teach on some days and you winged it on other days, right? There were days you really liked that student, on other days you didn't. It's okay because the fact that you were real and that you shared real information with the student. And the fact that this student not only bought the shoes, but he went out and got the right style and the right shoe size. Like, did you see Coach when he was like, and you got the size right? Imagine if this type of question was on your state assessment test. And remember, no significant learning occurs without a significant relationship. This person, the student, picked up a positive relationship for Coach Wassler, and it made such an impact that he felt impulsed to buy these shoes for this teacher and bring it to him. And when you open up the box, did you not see his face light up? Like he was 12 years old again on Christmas morning. The fact that he reached out and gave the student a hug and said, thank you, man. He's never going to forget that pair of shoes that the student brought to him. So when I look at this video, this just constantly reminds me, because you know what we're very guilty of on test day, state assessment day. How many times do you put that positive adult figure in the room for them on test day with a shirt that says, I know I can't say anything to you, but do the best I can on my test? You're tapping into that same power that Coach Wassler did for his students, but you're waiting till test day. Why are we waiting? Use your entire school year. If you want students to remember that information, then you've got to create significant relationships. And, you know, every state wants state assessment scores to be high. Well, if we want state assessment scores to be high, we got to have significant learning. In order to have significant learning, we got to have significant relationships. And I think for this student to bringing this to the forefront and showing me and you as other educators, what a powerful opportunity this can be in the classroom.